Dear students, welcome to session number 51 of the auditing subject for the VBA 6th semester. In this video, we will be learning about removal of auditor and retirement of auditor, also the provisions related to the remuneration of auditor. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ in case if he is retiring, then what are the procedures to be followed, and also how to fix the remuneration, and what are the provisions related to the uh, remuneration of the auditor will be learned in this class. So as we have understood that the auditor shall be appointed immediately after the registration of the companies. In case of private companies, within 30 days from the date of registration, the board of directors shall appoint the auditor. In case if he fails, then the members shall appoint the auditor within 90 days in an extraordinary general meeting, and the first auditor shall hold office till the conclusion of the first AGM. Whereas in case of a government company, the appointment will be done by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India within 60 days from the date of registration of the company. In case if the CAG of India fails to do so, the board of directors shall appoint the first auditor within the next 30 days. The board shall inform the members of its failure. In case it is not able to appoint, then the member shall appoint within 60 days in an extraordinary general meeting, and the first auditor shall hold office till the conclusion of the first AGM. This is the rule related to the appointment of the first auditor, and the subsequent auditor shall be appointed at the completion of its first AGM, and he shall hold the term up to the at the conclusion of first AGM, he shall hold the term up to the 6th AGM of the particular organization of the company, which is subject to ratification. This is what we have learnt in the previous class. Appointment of the auditor anna ಕಂಪನಿ ಶುರುವಾದ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಆದರೆ ಕಂಪನಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ 30 ದಿನಗಳ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಇನೆಬಿಲಿಟಿಯನ್ನು ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರನ್ನು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ 90 ದಿನದ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಆಡಿಟರ್ನ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಅವರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ AGM ಮುಗಿಯುವವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ಆಫೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪೊಸಿಷನನ್ನು. Similarly, in government companies, the auditor will be appointed by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಅಂಗವಾದ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಾದ ಕಾಂಪ್ಟ್ರೋಲರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. 60 ದಿನದ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ 60 ದಿನದ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ CAG ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಇಫ್ he doesn't do it within 60 days, then the board of directors, ಆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ 30 ದಿನದ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಆಡಿಟರನ್ನು ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಫೇಲ್ ಆದರೆ, then the members will appoint an auditor within 60 days in an AGM, that is extraordinary general meeting. And in both the cases, we see that the first auditor shall hold office until the conclusion of the first AGM. First AGM ಮುಗಿಯುವವರೆಗೆ. So in case if now we are going to the next portion where if we have to remove the auditor from his, before the expiry of the term, what to do? In case of removal of the auditor, there are certain procedures to be followed which are laid on under section 140 subsection 1. The first auditor appointed by the director of the company may be removed before the expiry of his term of office, that is before the first annual general meeting, and any other person may be appointed in his place by the shareholders at a general meeting by passing an ordinary resolution to that effect. The first auditor can be appointed, can be removed from the office before the first annual general meeting. First AGM ಆಗುವ ಮೊದಲು ಕೂಡ ಆಡಿಟರನ್ನು ಅವನ ಆಫೀಸಿಂದ ರಿಲೀವ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. and a new person may be appointed by the shareholders at a general meeting passed by passing an ordinary resolution. But ಈ ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ರೆಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ರೆಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಮೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಆದರೆ ಎ ಸಬ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಅಟ್ ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್, if you want to remove him from the office before the expiry of his term of appointment. So ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆದಂಥ ಸಬ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುವ ಮೊದಲೇ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ದೆನ್ there is a procedure to be followed by the followed. So the shareholders must pass an ordinary resolution after obtaining the previous sanction of the central government. Here, without sanction of the central government, the subsequent auditors cannot be removed. The first auditor can be removed from his position even before the next first AGM by passing by the board of directors and passing general resolution by the ordinary resolution by the members. But in case of the subsequent auditor appointment, his removal is subject to obtaining sanction from the government. A special notice of 14 days should be served. A special notice of 14 days containing the proposed resolution to remove an auditor before his term of office and to appoint a new auditor in his place must be given to the company by any member interested. ಈ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. 14 days notice ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ, ವೇರ್ ಎ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್ willing to, or where the member expresses opinion to remove the auditor from his office prior to his place and to appoint a new auditor. Then on receipt of such notice, the company must send a copy of the resolution to the auditor who is sought to be removed. Auditor ಗೆ ಇದು ವಿಷಯ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. He must receive the notice. The company should send a copy of the same to the auditor who has to be removed. Then after receiving a copy of the proposed resolution, the auditor concerned can make a representation, because he has the right to make a representation to the company, request that such representation to be circulated among the members and require the representations to be read out in the AGM and he be orally heard at the AGM. So ರಿಟೈರಿಂಗ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಆದವನಿಗೆ ಈ ಕಾಪಿ ಆಫ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕಲು ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ರೆಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ನ ಕಾಪಿಯನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಕಳಿಸಿದ ನಂತರ ಆಡಿಟರ್ಗೆ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು, ಲಿಖಿತ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಇಂಥ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನನ್ನು ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಬಯಸಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಮೆಂಬರಿಗೂ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಮೀಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ, ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿ ಹೇಳಲು ಕೂಡ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. If the auditor wants to speak about his case, then he should be given the chance to speak. Thereafter, if the members decide that the auditor should be removed before his term of office and another person should be appointed in his place, an ordinary resolution should be passed by the shareholders at the general meeting. So the procedure for removal of an auditor before expiry of the term requires 6 steps to be followed. The board of directors should pass a resolution for removal of the auditor. The application should be made to the central government in form ADT2 within 30 days of the board of directors resolution. First of all, board of directors ಒಂದು resolution pass ಮಾಡಬೇಕು regarding the removal of auditor. ಈ ರೆಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೇಡ್ ಟು ದ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ADT2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 30 ದಿನದ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಈ ರೆಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅಬ್ಟೇನ್ ಇನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ADT. ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ADT ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವ್ರು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ನಂತರ ಎ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಹೆಲ್ಡ್ ವಿದಿನ್ 60 days ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ರಿಸಿಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟಿಂದ ಅಪ್ರೂವಲ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ 60 ದಿನಗಳ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡಿಟರನ್ನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ರೆಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನನ್ನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Before taking any action under section 140 subsection 1, the auditor shall be given reasonable opportunity of being heard. So these are the procedure to be followed by the audit by the organization, by the company, to get the auditor removed from his post prior to the term. Now, what about in case of retirement of an auditor? The first auditor appointed by the board of director retires at the conclusion of the first annual general meeting. ಇದು by default. First annual general meeting ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ತನ್ನಿಂದ ತಾನೇ ಅವನ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವನ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಅವಧಿಯು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮುಗೀತದೆ. A subsequent auditor must be appointed by the shareholders at the annual general meeting. At the conclusion of the ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ನ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ನ ಒಳಗೆ ಅವನ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಅವಧಿ ಮುಗೀತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವನ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 1 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರನ್ನು ರೀಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ರೀಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. he can be reappointed at the annual general meeting. And reappointment can be done only in case if he has not disqualified himself, or he has given the company a notice that he is unwilling to be reappointed. So if he has attained any disqualification, we have learnt about disqualifications in the previous session. If he has attained any disqualification, he will not qualify to be a auditor. Where if he has ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ವಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ನೆಸ್, ಅವನಾಗಿ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಬರ್ದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಲೆಟರ್, ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ದೆನ್ he need not be reappointed. And ಮೂರನೇದು, a resolution is passed to the effect of the retiring auditor should not be reappointed. In case members decide that the old auditor, the previous auditor, shall not be continued or shall not be reappointed, then a resolution has to be passed in respect of the in this respect, and the procedures similar to removal of the auditor for the retiring auditor should be taken up, and a new auditor shall be appointed. In case of retirement of auditor on the conclusion of an annual general meeting, if no new auditor is appointed by the members, then the retiring auditor shall continue to be the auditor of the new company for another term of 1 year. Another point to be noted here is that on the retirement of an existing auditor, the new auditor who is proposed to be appointed in his place, the procedure explained in case of removal of the auditor before his term of office has to be followed. ಸೊ ಮೂರು ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಯಾವ ಆಡಿಟರ್ನ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾವು ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ನೇಮಿಸಿದ್ದೆವು ಅವರನ್ನ ರೀಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಮೂರು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಂಬರ್ 1, the auditor is disqualified because he has attained some disqualification, which we have learned under section 141 ಅಲ್ಲಿ disqualifications ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Then next about the second one is he is unwilling. Auditor himself doesn't want to continue in this particular company as an auditor. He has written a letter. Third one is where the members are not willing to continue the auditor in the next period. Then in such case also he cannot be reappointed. Next, retirement of the auditor on conclusion of one annual general meeting. He generally retires. However, if the no new auditor is appointed by the members, then the retiring auditor will continue to be the auditor of the company for another term of 1 year. So when the new auditor is going to be appointed, then the procedure for removal of the auditor shall be applied for the retiring auditor. It's the same procedure, that is serving notice, um, applying in form ADT to the central government, prior approval, then a resolution to be passed, special resolution. A general meeting has to be called for, special resolution to be passed, and then opportunity of being heard if required shall be given to the auditor. Next, coming to section 142, the remuneration of the auditor. Section 142 of the Act prescribes that the remuneration of the auditor of a company shall be fixed in its general meeting or in such manner as may be determined therein. Every auditor shall have a right for remuneration, and his remuneration shall be fixed by the appointing authority. In case of a company, the board of directors may fix the remuneration of the first auditor, which has been appointed by it. Uh, the same shall be fixed in its general meeting, and ratification is sought. The remuneration will be in addition to the out-of-pocket expenses incurred by the auditor in connection with the audit of the company, and any remuneration paid to him or for any other service rendered by him at the request of the company. So the auditor shall be paid the remuneration for his audit as determined in the meeting, plus the out-of-pocket expenses he might incur during the course of the audit. And if he has rendered any other services, then such other services also should be considered for remuneration payment. With that, we come to the end of this session. Thank you.